Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to number one upcoming online show, the Young CEOs show that I want to take you through today. A very critical question that you can be able to get it in an interview. Today you go for an interview and a person is going to ask you, let me talk about an interviewer, is going to ask you, how much salary do you expect us to pay you? What is your salary expectation? This is a topic that has got many people up to into challenges. They have not been able to know how can they answer this kind of a question. Remember, you have prepared for an interview, you have gone for an interview, and you already seated there. And the first question you are getting it there on your own, the question you're getting there is they're asking you, how much salary should we pay you? So I want to take you through and be able to help you answer this question, and the best way you can be able to answer this kind of a question. Number one, you need to ask yourself first thing, why is the company asking to know how much salary they want to pay me? So these are the three things that the company is considering. Number one, if you're going to fit their budget. Remember, every company has a budget. They have a budget that they want to pay for different positions. If it's a CEO, they have a budget for the CEO. If it's the head of executive, they have the budget for it. So most of these are the reasons why they can be able to ask you that question, because I want to take you through the reasons why the company is looking to know how much they supposed to pay you. Then number two, how you answer that kind of a question. Number two is about to see yourself, what is the value that you'll be able to give on your side. When they check on their budget, then they see the value of yourself. And then number three, they also check about the level of an experience. Remember, a person that is joining corporate for the first time is different from a person that has been in existence for corporate for many years. What am I trying to mean today? So a person that has been in corporate for many years, he can be able to tell, they can be able to tell from your experience. What kind of experience do you have that can be able to get you to ask for such kind of a payment? So immediately you have understood the three critical things the company is looking about. So this is how you go around and answer this kind of a question. First of all, you get composed, then you relax. Then the second thing you need to do about it, you answer it in three ways. First of all, you deflect from that question. They have asked you today, this is an interviewer, they have asked you, how much do we pay you in an interview question? So this is how you do it. First of all, you deflect from that question. This deflecting doesn't mean you're trying to avoid that question. You're trying to give them more time, because they should not look like you're just going there to get a payment. No, you're just going there to give them a service. And once you give them a service, this is when they can be able to compensate you or pay you. So what am I trying to mean? So you deflect from that question. You can even prefer to ask some more questions than what they're asking you from. So this one, it doesn't going to look like you're trying to avoid. Just don't go direct and answer them like, how much should we pay? Just say 80,000, 100,000, 50,000. No, or 300,000. No, you try to deflect from that question. The number two, you can be able to ask them, apart from this salary, the salary that you pay here, do you have any kind of a compensation? So in that way, you'll already be having a conversation. They'll tell you, we have bonuses that we pay at the end of the month. We have how do you call it? We have allowances that we be able to pay. Then they can tell you we also have commissions. So you see, in that way, you can be able to tell a figure, then including all these allowances, then compensation and the other thing. The number three you will be able to ask her is about give a range. Give a range. Talk about 80,000 to 100,000 US dollars per year annually. Give just a range. Let me give it in a common sense. You can give a range and say, according to this position and the experience that you have, I expect to be paid, let me talk about 100,000 to 300,000 in a specific period of time. What am I trying to mean? So in this period of time that you in this range that you will be able to give it here, they can be able to tell if this person is already qualified or not qualified. So this range is going to give to the budget. And then something that you need also to consider, you have to go through this profile of the company, check about their capacity. You see, there's a company that has a capacity and the other does not have a capacity. So if a company has a capacity and they are able to pay, you can even get that information from the online. You can go and search how much is people paid in this company XYZ. So when you can be able to check that range, you can be able to give a figure. The reason why of giving a figure on a range is just to give an interviewer or the company an option of considering you, because they will be able to check on the budget that they are allocated, like is $60 to $100 per month. So they will be able to check and see if you're going to fit on that position. And then a critical thing that you, as you have read, you understand here, because nowadays you can get this information online. Some companies are publishing how much they pay for these positions online. So you can be able to do a research. Go to the website, search for this company, check on their capacity as I mentioned earlier. Check how much are these people paying per month. Check how much the capacity of the other employees are getting paid. So by the time you are giving, a range, it can be able to fit in the position that you already applied for the same. So in that way, you can be able to be assured that the company is going to get the information that you have already provided, and they can be able to check on themselves and then see if you'll be able to fit. Remember, the payment is so much key question, and no one is going to avoid that kind of a question. Either you go to any corporate, you go to any starting company, including the small jobs that people go to apply for in dairy comings and dairy operations. So they'll be asking this kind of a question just to know your experience that you have. If you have an experience like more than 5 years and you've been in a senior management, you can be able to give an range. You have be able to know that the first company you are going there, they are paying you like 350. Let me talk at $3,500 per month. Then the other company you go, they also paid you around $2,500 per month. So in that way of a range, can be able to give you on how best you can be able to answer in kind of a question. If you're a new entry, a new person to the corporate world, or you're a new person to a company, this is how you are able to answer it for yourself. First of all, as I told you, you you go for the interview, go there early in time, reach in time, go for the interview. If that question comes in, first of all, try as much as possible to look calm and relaxed. Let the interviewer not see that you are just going there to just get payment. Just tell them, through my experience that I have been able to have currently, and if you don't have an experience, you can be able to tell them, after completing my university and I've done internship, and this is my first place of a job, with my small that experience that I'm able to have, I'm able to bring value. Let the interviewer see and the company see what value are you giving them first before asking a conversation. You can tell them that this is my achievements I've done in company XYZ, and that is why when I ask for this range of a salary, I'm able to deliver. I'm able to give that amount of energy, resources that I'm able to have to make sure that the company gets the profit, at the same time gets the compensation that is supposed to required to pay you. Remember, this payment that is going to be paid for is the amount that the company is going to make sales from the service that you'll be able to do. And if you be very much keen, is that most of the companies, they want to pay less. I don't know why, but you will get most of them paying less. But if you're well qualified and you have a skill that the company requires, of most cases they can be able to consider you to have such kind of a skill and be able to get you employed. So for what I do from my side is to help you and give you the tips that you require for doing this kind of interviews. Remember, going for an interview and getting job is not easier. So once you apply for a job and they have called you for an interview, you need to know how to answer them. And if you have not go through most of my videos that I've done before. They can be able to direct you on how to do interviews. Remember, I've been in corporate for more than 5 years, and I've been in part of the people who have been recruiting people and hiring people. So I understand what the struggle of the employees can be able to face. So most of the cases you get employees when they come for an interview, they don't know how to answer this kind of a question. You just ask them, how much do we pay? Someone just says 100,000. He doesn't know if, first of all, this job that he has come to ask for, the job description, how much they pay in other companies. That is thing. Number two, he doesn't know if the company has a capacity. Number three, he doesn't know what is going to convince this employer to give them job. So it is very much key to do key essential to do a background check. Do a background check and check and see if I'm asking them this amount of money, is it really, am I qualifying myself for that kind of a money? With my capacity on a new entry, this is supposed to be amount of money. So by the time you have given them a range, the company is going to sit down and they will do a compare. They do analysis of who did the best interview. They can be able to choose you. Because for me, I always wish you the good luck, and I want you to pass in all your interviews. So once you have understood this kind of a question, you go for an interview and answer them. Remember 3 things as I finish up. Deflect from the question. Deflecting doesn't mean you're going to avoid answering their question. No, you're trying to give them more time to explain the value that you're giving to the company than going straight ahead and telling them you want money for this and this. Number 2, ask them about compensation. What kind of compensation are they paying out? Are they being bonuses? Are they being allowances? Are they being giving commissions. So by the time they give you all those three of them, then you can ask them, on this range you're giving me, then with those conversations, they're okay for me to get per month. Then another thing, give them a range. As you have done this study, you have checked how much money they can pay. So now give them a range that is required. Give them a range from $350 to $450 per month. So by doing so, it's going to help you as a person to be able to succeed in an interview question. Thank you very much for watching this episode. Remember to subscribe, remember to watch, and if you have someone that is going for an interview and is going to be asked such kind of a question, share to them this video. It's going to help them and make sure they pass through their interview. Bye bye for now. Let's meet in our next